Hi Scorpio, here is a general look at your solar chart for March 2014, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently this month. I'm going to give you a nutshell version, which is maybe a couple of minutes long, and then I'll go into the more detailed forecast. But not as much detail as you'll find on my website, DianaGarland.com. There you'll find things like which dates of birth in your sign are most affected this month by certain transits. Right, okay, well the nutshell version is that you may have noticed that life, it has become more serious and sometimes a lot more difficult, and you've been thinking more deeply about things and probably having to put more effort into making new structures in your life. But in March, you'll tend to be thinking more optimistically, be playing with fresh ideas, anticipating the future, and there's this more settled feeling at the roots of your life. And you may feel the burden of responsibility on your shoulders, though, and this is a time when you've got to put your personal desires on one side to a degree in order to serve something bigger than you. And you're on quite a learning curve as well, in lots of different ways. But opportunities for success could pop up when you least expect them. So try to keep up, because you're more likely to be in the right place at the right time if your vibration is running faster. You've cast your nets wider. This is the thing, cast your nets into unfamiliar areas. Get into doing things that you sort of didn't see yourself doing before. And then you could be, as I say, in the right place at the right time. From late month, take practical steps to improve efficiency. And that's the nutshell. Now for more detail, where there's a new moon in Pisces, and that's mixing pretty well with Jupiter and Pluto, which are very much at odds with each other still this month. So in spite your general tendency to maybe cling too tightly to a previous vision or idea or way of doing something and being a bit stubborn about it, if you were to shift into a more creative, humorous, relaxed frame of mind, then you'll probably end up gaining more, but you might have to let go of something along the way. Nothing too radical maybe, but then if you did that, you'll end up preserving something which is of more value to you. Until the 21st, there's a brighter, less inward vibration around. That could manifest as more opportunities to be in environments with scope for creativity, play, enjoyment, that kind of thing. And to associate with those who are just out to have a good time. So you're more likely to feel the light of appreciation from others and do things which let you shine your powerful light in the way you want, in the way that you feel good about. More emphasis is given to children, young people, pets, romantic liaisons. You could be having more connection or more regular connection with any of those. Also you could be connecting into like the leisure industry, the entertainment industry, that kind of thing. Until the 18th, discussions could revolve around family matters, so that also includes children, but also parents and neighbors, maybe community, and correspondence discussions could be around any of those, but also around a venue, a property of some kind as well. And there could be some speculation going on there, and also it could be that you were looking at different points on a map. You could be mulling things over, you might be feeling a bit sensitive, perhaps remembering things, thinking about the past, thinking about parenting, parents, that kind of thing, tradition. There may be more contact with relatives for some of you, and whatever's going on, though, feelings do tend to be a bit nearer the surface. Some interchanges could push a button, and either way it does tend to be a mentally busy or more sociable time in and around HQ, or not too far away. And then from the 18th, Mercury is in a more innovative part of your solar chart, and there's likely to be increased communications either with or about children, young people, creative projects, enterprises, pets as well. Whatever you're doing, there may be more laughs and distractions along the way, though. There could be things there that are quite delightful. And now you really do love playing with ideas and speculating, maybe a little wildly at times, on this or that or the other possibility, but creative juices are definitely flowing. This is a good time to promote something, beat the drum on something, put the word out there. Trickster energy is strong though, so you know, there could be a false alarm, or you're the butt of somebody else's joke. But you could be more romantically expressive or creatively persuasive at this time, so use that energy. Mercury does line up with Neptune on from the 20th onwards, so there can be miscommunications or crossed wires, or somebody gets the wrong end of the stick. Mixed messages, difficult to get clarity on something. Deception can be a factor too. Don't kid yourself based upon somebody else's say-so into an overstressed or worried state, or even an over-optimistic state. And this can be the result of factors which are kind of sedating and confusing. But matters related to children, partners, or a project may be unclear at this point. It's a great time, though, to think creatively and to push ahead and be very articulate and imaginative with your ideas. From the 21st, it's a great time to make yourself useful. The sun shifts then into this very practical area. You may be dealing with more chores, niggly details. This is the moment to get to grips with things, try to get organized. You could be dealing with matters related to sort of health related matters that might be yours or somebody else's, and putting effort into maintenance, repairs, just daily duties. Also a good time to add another string to your bow, you know, learning a new skill, but applying your skills. In the last 2 days of the month, the new moon comes into Aries and lines up with Uranus, Pluto and Jupiter, so you may feel the need to bust out of whatever's been restraining you, holding you back. So set wheels in motion to improve efficiency with work methods and regarding health. Health matters, healthy ways of doing things, safe ways of doing things, and that might be yours or another's. Venus completes her mega transit of Capricorn on the 6th, and she's been in a very social sector of your solar chart, bringing grace, fluency and flow to your thinking and speaking. You can be very persuasive over this Venus transit. You can really negotiate very well, and you know, it's a good time to get people on side, make those connections that you need, but also put maybe written material out there. And some of you could be just getting more interested in different mediums of expression, or the media, or something, just being artistic. And you'll want to keep things attractive and pleasant in your surroundings, but also maybe having more access to venues or locations which are pleasing, even exotic. And this transit could bring warmer relationships with siblings, soul brothers and sisters. And you can do, as I say, pretty well in negotiations, buying, selling, promoting, and you know, get yourself a bargain. Now Pluto is also in that sector. That's your ruling planet, and has been there for many a long year, and will continue to be there until until 2025. So this is a drumbeat going on in the background in this communication sector for you, Scorpio. And you could be learning to master anything in communications, anything through media, any medium of expression, a language. You know, it's a great time for training, but nothing sort of superficial. Pluto likes to go deep in the same way that you do. So you shouldn't underestimate the power of what you do communicate, the spoken or written word, or another way of expressing yourself with this long transit of Pluto here. and also your sensitivity, your psychic ability, your intuition will be, well, sort of have the sound turned up on it really. And so therefore there's more than one language that you are learning now. This means that you could be evolving a deeper understanding of certain subjects, of certain cultures, and being more insightful, and choices begin to come from a deeper place, because your perceptions and intuitions are evolving and sharpening up. And Pluto here will help you get insight into areas, imaginative type, conveying things in an imaginative sort of a way, but also in a way which packs quite a punch. And you can also be digging and delving into things which have hitherto been secret or mysterious, finding out about them, either by accident or design. It's your time to learn, what's on the other side of that veil, or something that you were always blindsided to before. And it could even be another dimension or a separate reality. So yes, that's very powerful, that area there. And now, in the current Saturn cycle, turns of events will help you to learn how to take yourself and your needs more seriously, to concentrate, really funnel your energies consistently into specific areas or onto specific targets, which ultimately will lead to a happier, healthier, more settled version of yourself, because you're building new structures here. So through adversity, you will be steadily building the new constructs outside, but also inside, with your disciplined routines, which will form the armature of that better, more desirable way of life. From Mars the 6th, Venus comes out of Capricorn, and then will beam her friendly sociable light into the roots of your chart, and this can manifest as warmer relations with family, with close friends or extended family, and overall it encourages a more harmonious time at home, and you welcome others into your space, or you're visiting theirs, and you get access to maybe a place or a space that you prefer, also more access to the beauties of nature perhaps. Perhaps some of you are embellishing a space, making it more comfortable and cozier and welcoming and warmer, just warmer. I mean, maybe it's about heating. And you feeling more balanced within and more balanced in family relationships. So, and this will help you to feel more aligned. And for some of you, there could be a new arrival. And now, until July, Mars is in a very inward and private area, suggesting things could be busier behind the scenes. This is the incubation area of your sun sign chart. So things going on there, maybe in a separate bubble with others. You don't have to be completely alone. But taking time out as much as possible for rest and recuperation would be smart. I see this area as a chrysalis or a cocoon in which something is slowly developing or growing. This is a very dynamic energy there, though, so it's growing and developing pretty fast. And you could be putting yourself out for some cause or some thing which is just bigger than you, and putting your own desires, your own kind of schedule sometimes on one side. It could have you in a reflective mood. You could be mulling things over. You could be harking back to the past. It's quite an emotional area, so it's easier to push your buttons, I have to say. But maybe some of you would be wanting to kind of scrutinize into your old kind of baggage, really, your old patterns, and get savvy about, what the triggers are. And Saturn in your sign, so that you could be feeling somewhat downbeat, and you could talk yourself out of something even that actually has the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So you just need to ride that out and push through the obstacles and just get to that part of gold at the end of the rainbow. The Mars transit will sort of stimulate your unconscious and your imagination, also your dreams, and help you to orchestrate things from backstage. But because your energies are turned inwards, you're more easily affected by outside influences. They can get under your skin, you can get sucked into other people's opinions or their stuff. So just be more self-protective at this time, Scorpio. Pay attention to your dreams, use your imagination, trust, and feel and expect how you want something to be in the future, because Mars is very powerful in this background area, and that's a good way to work with it. And of course, go in for relaxing practices like yoga and meditation, and also healing activities, and anything to do with clairvoyance as well, and anything to do with art. There's got a big tick there from Mars in this area here. And you will have to, though, provide a service maybe and be a support for somebody else whenever you can. Until July, Jupiter will be working happily out of its own house in your solar chart, and during this more serious time in your life, this is very good news for you, Scorpios. Your mental territory is due to broaden, and experience will mature you. Growth can also come through chance meetings, travel, foreign connections, wider communications through the spoken or written word. You know, something can just drop in your lap, which is not in your usual sort of territory, but it just kind of comes out of the blue. And serendipitous, I think, is the word. And don't discount that, because that is a kind of a little bit of a helper from the universe for you. This is a great vibration for broadcasting onto a grander stage, and also for getting involved maybe in publishing, broadcasting, politics, the law, spiritual law as well, travel, communications, transport, anything like that, and connecting with people from other countries, connecting with people from other disciplines outside of your normal remit, as it were, your normal brief. And this is an expansive area, and the boundaries of your known world will stretch during this time. And that's it for March. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. Otherwise, if you want more detail about the dates, then you can go to DianaGarland.com and find that there. And I'll see you the next time.